Everyone, welcome back. So for script number 6, we're going to create a script that will transfer files from one folder to a different folder using an utility called rsync. So if we query the manual for rsync here, rsync is a fast, reliable, remote, and local file copying tool. So where this particular tool shines is like to copy files over between servers. Let's say you have multiple servers kind of distributed among the net, or also like, let's say in a local data center, you can use rsync to kind of transfer data between these servers, and it will you can make it so it only transfer changed file portions, only the delta transfer only. So it's a very powerful tool, and it's a Linux native, so you don't have to like install it. It comes Linux comes with this particular tool. So we'll get started shortly. So as always, we'll create the shell script first, and then we'll move on to the Python equivalent of the shell script. So let's get started here. So we're going to specify the environment here. And then we're going to specify the source dest. So what we'll do is we will transfer these files to a different directory. So our present working directory is this. So we'll grab this. And then for our destination directory, what we'll do is we will put in, let's say we're going to create a folder here, the projects folder, so mkdir rsync demo, and we're going to go to this hidden folder that we just created, and we'll do pwd. So this will be our destination. So basically, what this line is doing is that if the first parameter is provided as the source directory, then use that, or if not, then it defaults to this directory as the source directory. And then same here for the second argument, like if there's a second argument provided as a second directory, we use that, or if not, then we use this one. And then let's go to the next one here. So this is the main part, pretty much just a one-liner here. And then R, so I C, and then A. So what you can do is you can what this will do is this will delete, so you'll remove files that are not in the source directory. So so we have to be very careful of when we use this particular one, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can delete files pretty easily. So and then what we'll do is we will specify the source and dest, so it'll be just src variable, and then tst variable here. And this is pretty much it, just a simple one-liner here. You could have just done it from from your terminal, but and most people do actually if they need to do this on the fly. But if you need to kind of, let's say that you need to do this during like in a batch in batches, like different servers, like you're using a script, then you'll be using something like this in a script. Like the most scenario, the most common scenario is like, let's say that you'll have this kind of scripts, and then you'll add like into a cron job, and then it'll run every couple of, let's say, hour interval, like a 1 hour 2 hour interval or something like that, and then it will sync the folders between the servers or different systems or different folders. Yeah, so that's the use case there. So okay, so we are done here. So we have this and this, and then we're going to save this, and we're going to plus X, make it executable here. Actually, we have to go back to our 100 scripts folder here. And also we'll do pi, just in case. We created like a pi for Python already, just an empty file, so we're going to also do that for this one here. So source destination, so we'll have all this all these files that we see, the scripts. Actually, we need to also provide this. Let's save, and let's run this. So before we do this, let me copy over the just as a backup. Either like it is always good to have like a backup if you're testing stuff. So and then so we'll copy over this, all the pi files, all the sh files that we have. Okay, so if we do ls backup, we see all the files are there, so we're good to go. So we'll run this here, bash, and then script 6. We're getting an error here. So it says source and the destination can't both be remote. Let us check our file here again. Let me see where it's getting stuck here. Okay, I know where that is. Okay, so it's we need to specify a $sign here, because otherwise it don't make sense. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, let's try without the X, just so we can see the output here. Okay, let's see our remote directory should be populated with a file. So we go one directory back and then .rsync. As you can see, like all these are synced. Like say this one didn't have anything. Now we have all these files here, and we also have the files here. So that's the beauty of it. So let's say that if I remove this sample file, like an empty file that we created, if we remove that, we have it here, right? We have it in the rsync folder. But if we run the rsync again, so then if we do the same thing, if we check the hidden folder, see the file disappeared. So that's the beauty of it. So you're syncing that between directories. So since we ran that script, what it did was it synced it and then checked, okay, so which file is not in this current folder now. So it's okay, this file, this sample test file is not there. So okay, let me delete that also in this backup directory here. So that's what he has done. Okay, so we're done with the bash script. So we'll move over to the Python script next. So we'll create the Python script now. So as always, we need to specify the environment here, which will be Python 3, and then we'll import some modules here. So it'll be import sub processes to execute external commands safely here, and then also we're going to import sys to handle command line arguments, and then we will specify source test. So again, we're specifying that if argument 1 is provided, we're going to use that. If not, then what we'll do is we will we'll mark it as static, this directory here. And second one, if it's not provided, we will mark this as the second argument, as in the destination directory here. Okay. So then we'll use cmd it'll be pretty much the same command. And then after the sub process that it runs the command safely, we will print a confirmation. Okay, so this is pretty much it. So as you can see, it's similar. So we're just basically breaking this shell script, shell command that we have for rsync, and then we're breaking it down for Python. So Python is using that the same command, but it's using its own modules to do that task. So let's run it. Before we run it, we have to remove. Let's do remove R, and then we have to remove from the rsync demo. Can't remove this directory. Okay. Okay, it copied over this demo, our demo temp and our demo those directories, so that's why it's complaining. So we have to use rm-rf. So make sure we still have our rsync demo directory. There's nothing there. Okay, it's perfect. So now we just run this again. Before we run it, let's say we create a sample file here to test things. Not sure why it's showing me all this older input here. Okay, so I touched the file here, so let's see. So here's our sample file here, and then what we'll do is we'll run this Python script. The recursive delete direction works. Okay, so it's complaining about this recursive switch here. Perhaps we should add this here. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. We have so it looks like it didn't work. Let me check. We run this again. Fail to open .gz file. Okay, let's do sudo. How about that? So sudo python 3. Okay. I made a typo here. So as you can see, copy paste this stuff, but this kind of this character was there. So okay, let's try this again. Let's go to 100 projects. Not sure why this terminal is not working properly here. Let me try this again here. So we will run this command, and then we're going to do ls. As you can see, the files are back. We have a sample file here, so we'll remove the sample file, in this 100 script directory that we have, that where we created this original file, and then we will sync it, and it will also go to the other folder, this rsync demo folder, and then it will delete it there. So let's do ls. See, it's gone, so that sample file is gone. So yeah, so that was the demo. Sorry about the typo. I think it took a few minutes away from our demo here, short demo here. But yeah, so we used rsync from our system here. So just stick around. I will just show you how to, like a technical case where we might want to use this. So just stay tuned for that. So welcome back. So we're going to do like a very short demo of how we can use this, let's say, across the system. So so what I have here is in the right hand side here is my home directory here, and then on the second terminal, split terminal here is another user. So this is emulating, let's say, another user in a different system, perhaps. Like, okay, so just imagine that here. So they have their own home directory, and then I created like a temp directory here, which is empty right now. There's nothing there. There's only one file there, so we're going to remove this actually. tmp and then file. So remove that, and then what we'll do is we will edit the script here. No, actually we won't edit it. We're just going to run rsync here. So what we'll do is we'll do rsync, and then then delete, and then for source what we'll put is we'll put this one here, right? And then okay, so never mind. So okay, so do home, and then projects, then 100 projects. That'll be our source, and then for destination what we'll do is we'll put argon at Isengard, and then we'll put tmp. Actually it'll be home argon tmp. Sorry about this. So we will have to put the password here for the remote system or remote user. So we put that in. So let's do sudo rsync here. Okay, so as you can see, no error now. So now if we do ls here, as you can see, we have all the scripts transferred over to a different, let's say, server or system, and then different users folder. So just to test things out, let's do touch sample file again. Here, sample file is here, so we'll run the rsync command again. Okay, so it's transferred. So if we do ls again, we'll see that there's a sample file here. ls temp, sorry. We'll see a sample file. See, it's transferred over. So the delta, they were rectified here. So so yeah, so that's the power of rsync. So in an ideal situation, what you'll have is like a key that kind of goes between the systems, so you don't have to kind of put in input password for SSH for the remote user. So it'll be like using the key, it'll just log in automatically and it'll just do rsync. Okay, thanks for joining here. So for the last for the next script, what we'll do is we will just a simple script to clean our clean some of our directories here. So and also first what it'll do is it'll find things. It'll find certain files that are created in certain days, and then it will delete them. So okay, thanks for joining. Until next time, thank you.